Now, from your Weather Authority, meteorologist Cody Bailey.
Well, it's been a hot stretch of the last week. It's really been an overall hot July. Of course, now we're not only in the very humid range, but we're about to continue that stretch into the steamy category in terms of our dew points and the humidity. And it looks like this heat wave that's ongoing right now will peak on Monday and Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday, and then we'll start to see much needed relief finally as we head into the back half of the work week. But that heat advisory that remains in effect will continue for another day tomorrow and will technically go until 12 o'clock on Monday, but then it is upgraded to an extreme heat watch as we head into Monday afternoon through Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's because, again, of those mid-90s for highs and dew points in the mid to possibly upper 70s. That's in that steamy range, so easily heat index values as high as 110 to maybe even 115. So we're talking about dangerous heat levels where heat illness could be more of a possibility or likely versus just maybe possible as you head outside. So definitely want to take it easy and stay inside if at all possible early next week. But again, as I mentioned, we do have that cold front that is at least in sight. Looks like sometime between Thursday to Thursday evening. It will also give us at least a few scattered showers and storms as we head through the back half of the work week. But there's a look at that heat advisory, again, area-wide, that will go all day tomorrow and then technically expiring at 12 o'clock Monday. But again, not necessarily an expiration. That's when the extreme heat watch kicks into gear, 12 o'clock Monday. Will still be a heat advisory for our far eastern counties. Those are the areas covered by the National Weather Service office out of Louisville, but Paducah has most of the tri-state under that extreme heat watch. Both of those sets of advisories will go until later Wednesday evening, expiring around sundown Wednesday and Wednesday evening. Outside right now, we are quiet, but we had a few pop-up downpours and even some thunder showers across part of the tri-state earlier today. A batch along and north of I-64 has really dried up as it's continued to move to the north-northeast. Same story down to the south. We had some isolated downpours across parts of Hopkins counties there, also into Ohio County. Those, again, essentially drying themselves out. Another good sign, we did have a pretty good backup about an hour and a half ago on the Strip and to the bridge closer to Ellis Park. But right now, traffic in both north and southbound directions from our Hedge Construction tower camera moving along just fine. No issues there. And then across the bridge, checking out things on our Kate Foppel Ford tower camera. Everything running smoothly on that end of the US 41 corridor as well. Just a good deal of sunshine. But again, it is hot and it is very humid. You can see off into the horizon a good amount of sunshine and just a few clouds mixing in from our Diamond Valley Federal Credit Union tower camera. And temperatures, again, not overly hot right now, or at least oppressively hot. It's the humidity that's, again, ramping up. We do, it looks like, have one low 90 right now as of the 6 o'clock update, and that's in Beaver Dam right at 90 degrees. But we still have some locations near or above the triple-digit range for the heat index values. Feels like 103 over in Santa Claus, 104 the heat index in Jasper and Princeton with a feels-like temperature of 106 right now as well. And again, we are in the steamy category. Anything 75 or higher, which is not necessarily uncommon, but somewhat rare, at least the stretch of this consistent steamy air. But that is on the top of our category in the comfort level. And we're going to be dealing with that again as we head especially to Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. Wednesday we'll have to battle a few scattered showers and storms as well. But Storm Tracker shows, again, a lot of that activity fading away, and that's going to be the trend that continues. So don't really expect any additional development from here through the rest of the evening. It's just going to be warm and pretty muggy for the overnight hours as well. We'll stay mainly clear, maybe a few clouds. You saw that dying complex of storms to our north. That's not going to make it down here to the tri-state, but could kick a few clouds across the parts, especially along and north of the Ohio River. Tomorrow, much like today, you get into the heat of the afternoon, just as humid as it is. Not a guarantee, but by the time you get to about 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and until sundown, that's where those pop-up showers and storms will be possible, and it is a possibility for tomorrow. So much like these last few days, just have the rain gear with you just in case. The big story will continue to be the heat, and that's really going to kick into gear as we head into Monday. Again, we're talking about highs in the mid-90s, maybe even upper 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday. And with those dew points about where they are right now, again, easily into the 110 to 115 range. So definitely want to stay hydrated. If you do have to work outside, take frequent breaks, try to stay in the shade. But we're talking about that, again, on the upper level of what we've seen so far this summer with the hot air, so could get dangerous and dangerous quick. So definitely be safe with the heat early next week. This evening, though, it's going to be a very humid evening. Lows or temperatures falling through the 80s on their way to lows in the mid 70s, and we're going to be looking at these very warm nights as well. So the heat, the oppressive humidity during the day, and we don't get much relief at all in the evening. That's another reason why the heat wave could be potentially dangerous as well. But again, that cold front moves through Thursday evening with scattered showers and storms, drying out for what looks to be not only a cooler into the week and start to next weekend, but Emily, it looks like no humidity by this time next weekend as well.